Greetings everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm your host Captain Ryan. Today's video is going to feature me back in my favorite Tier 9 destroyer, the USS Fletcher, here in World of Warships. As the battle gets underway, it's Warrior's Path, and it's a domination match mode. I've spawned closest to the B cap point, and so the B cap point is where I'm headed. It's also a Tier 9 maximum battle, and fortunately for me, there's only one ship on the enemy team with radar. Now, as the battle gets underway, I have to confess, this isn't the most impressive battle, at least not by my standards, not for kills, not for damage. It's actually a pretty average overall battle for me in this ship. However, it is going to show us certain aspects of the game that I think a lot of people tend to gloss over. And additionally, I want to tack on that I've been a bit of a bad World of Warships player lately. I haven't actually played, with the exception of one day in the middle, for about 2 weeks. In fact, this is really the only noteworthy battle I've played in a 2-week time frame, so it will have to do. You might be wondering why I've stopped playing for 2 weeks. Well, it's not because I'm pissed off at the game or because I'm tired of it. No, I've just been preoccupied. There will be a bonus video showing what that preoccupation has been at a later time. Now, as I push up in here into the B cap point, so far, so good. Nothing spotted on the enemy team. The enemy team does have a Fletcher, so we do have to be careful of that. That's really the only destroyer that I'm outright scared of. But enemy voice pops up here, and I'm going to go ahead and get shots off. Of course, he's turning hard and away, so those first shots do miss. My torpedoes are going to miss as well. In fact, he's maneuvering quite well and quite aggressively in that smoke screen. So those shots pretty much all failed to connect, with the exception of one. But I did the job there, and I was actually able to remove him from the cap point so I could start capping. The enemy team, however, has taken the advantage of having, well, all 3 of my team's destroyers basically here at the B cap point, and they've started taking A and C uncontested. Friendly destroyer behind me gets a little overzealous with his torpedoes there, and he's not paying attention as he gets them off. Didn't pay attention to the fact that I was backing up, and that could have gone very poorly. And he's going to go ahead and get more torpedoes off behind me. Again, getting a little overzealous with his torpedoes there, and we're going to see more of him doing that later in this battle, but not really specifically focusing on him. Now, enemy team has managed to secure the A cap point. My team has secured the B cap point, but we currently have a points lead because we got that cap first. However, the enemy team is in the process of capping C. They are currently being contested, which is good for my team. They're constantly resetting them, but they're still over there, and my team's not really in much of a position to do much about it. You'll notice on the minimap that we have an AFK, King George V, who's all the way down, spawned closest to the A cap point. He's actually going to show up later in this battle and get underway, which is one of the reasons I say if you find yourself in a position to shoot at an AFK ship, don't feel bad about it. You should, because they might come into the game later and start shooting back. Get that damage done quickly. And again, we'll see more of that situation later. Now, I'm kind of headed towards the A cap point, looking to maybe poke the cap and see what I can find. I know where the voice was located, and looking at the minimap, I know where the Fletcher is. So that tells me who's over at the A cap point, and somebody I could take on, but not somebody I want to take on directly. And there's the destroyer I was expecting, briefly detected there. Of course, I don't continue to press the attack because there's a German cruiser that was pushing up around that island, and I don't want to deal with that cruiser right now, especially not by myself, which is basically what I am. Now, more torpedoes in front of me going out there. Those are from the friendly Mahan, who is again torpedoing me from behind. And here's more. Now, fortunately, I see them this time. I'm not feeling particularly spiteful, so I changed my course here so that I make sure I dodge them completely. If I hadn't, I might have hit one of them. This goes into paying attention to what your teams are doing and not torpedoing when there are friendly ships in front of you. You get one set of torpedoes off down that channel towards that cruiser. And while he is disappearing behind that island, it's entirely possible I might hit him. And it's definitely worth maybe trying. I also hit something with the torpedo, and I'm not sure what it was. I think it was a destroyer. So I know there's the possibility of at least one destroyer who's particularly low health somewhere. And yes, it was the Boyce. He is low health there from a torpedo hit. Now I could go back and I could turn around and deal with him. But right now the enemy team's putting pressure on my cap. So I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to sit on it, and I'm going to prevent that cap from happening. Specifically, I'm going to spot that enemy destroyer for my team so they can shoot at him. I don't particularly want to open up with him because he's a little bit far away for my taste with the Fletcher guns. But other teammates are shooting at him, and if he gets low enough health, I might open up on him. Enemy Missouri pops up there. I'm getting a little close to him. He is almost inside of radar range here, so what I decide to do is stop, slam on the brakes, pop my smoke screen. I'm just inside of his radar range, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm going to try and get shots off at him, maybe set him on fire, but look, he disappears. That indicates to me that I was the only person who was detecting him. So that's really unfortunate for me, not able to continue raining fire down upon him. However, looking at the situation, the enemy team is pushed all the way down past the A cap point now, and there's a good number of ships over there. Managed to hit one of the cruisers with a torpedo, which I was aiming at. It was very good for me. I know there's a low health ship over there, but you see they've been picking on that King George V. That King George V has finally spawned in, and now he's going to try and make a run for it. However, he's in a really bad position. If you look at the positioning of the team on the minimap, look where we all are. We're at the B cap point, we're at the C cap point. That's it. This guy is effectively isolated by himself. I'm the only one who's really in a position to go help him, and I'm not sure I can go help him. However, he's doing pretty good on his own as he manages to nail that cruiser. Now, I'm aiming at the enemy, King George V, there as he's continuing to sail in a straight line. And I'm hoping that he'll keep up that straight line, and he'll sail right into these torpedoes. That's a full broadside from a Fletcher. There's no way he'll manage to survive that. And because I'm pretty confident here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn and I'm going to head towards the A cap point. It's the only location that the enemy team currently actively holds. And while they are challenging B, that destroyer is being spotted, so he's not really too much of a threat there. But if you pay attention to the lead indicator, you'll notice the lead indicator I put up there shows that King George V has changed course and speed. Somehow, someway, this guy is fully aware that there is a destroyer with torpedoes over here. I don't know how he managed to spot those, but he changed his course and speed, and he managed to dodge them. Well, I've got torpedoes almost available again. That's the Torpedo Reload Expert and Torpedo Reload Module, giving me a very quick torpedo reload time, and I'm full strength, so I feel confident that I can go up here and I can deal with him. Now, he hasn't spotted me yet. Nobody has spotted me yet. As far as this guy knows, he's being detected by the ships that are off at the B cap point and being targeted by them. But look at what he's doing. He's varying his course and speed. He's using this island as cover. And I see that lead indicator going out there again. I get my torpedoes away. He's coming around that island. I pop my speed boost, and I'm going to make a run for the A cap point. Very confident that those torpedoes are going to hit him, but not a single one does. He turned in instead of out and basically skirted that island. This guy has now managed to dodge 2 full salvos of torpedoes for me. I don't know how he knew I was there, but that shows a great level of intuition on his part as a captain, paying attention to the fact that, hey, torpedoes came in. There was an enemy Fletcher spotted at the B cap point. It's entirely possible he's going to come down here and start causing problems. Now, as he comes around the headland of the island, I pop my smoke screen because I don't want to be detected by him, and he is close enough to detect me otherwise. So I go ahead, pop that smoke screen. Now I'm solidly inside the A cap point, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop. I'm going to let the smoke screen envelop me, and I'm going to get some shots off here. With any luck, I can hopefully set him on fire. Got torpedoes coming up shortly, looking at the possibility of maybe torping the Colorado there, as he's about to disappear behind that island. Torpedoes up and torpedoes away. With any luck, I'll hit him with at least 1 or 2, although I think one of them is going to clip that island. Now, I've kept the other one in reserve because that King George V is pushing this direction, and I don't want to be caught out without the ability to sink him outright. But you'll notice he is still on fire and he is still burning. Managed to secure the A cap point, and now I'm going to go ahead and bug the hell out of here. A lot of destroyer captains I see will just kind of sit there and wait. Don't sit and wait. Get the hell out of there. Stay mobile. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep staying mobile. And I'm going to try and get this island between me and where I think that KGV is. And I'm detected by aircraft. Managed to connect on the Colorado with torpedoes. Get that island between me and the KGV. And now I'm detected just straight up. And that's the last enemy destroyer. So he's very low health. I can take him very easily. It's Fletcher versus a tier 7. And very low health here. Managed to get shots off, sink him. Figure torpedoes coming in here, start turning in. Fortunately, they're slower torpedoes, and I'm able to avoid that. But again, I'm still straight up detected. And what's detecting me this time is not spotter aircraft. It is, in fact, the Missouri that has direct line of sight to me. But that Missouri is otherwise preoccupied. So I'm being detected here by a catapult fighter. I know this KGV knows I'm here. I know he's there. And he's very low health. All I need to do is survive the initial salvo. I get a set of torpedoes off there. I do survive the initial salvo, but it was a very costly hit there. A full set of torpedoes out. He's trying to turn desperately, but he left it way too late. Just in case, fire off a second set. Didn't need it. Hit him with all 5. Only needed 4 to kill him. He's dead. And now I'm on fire and burning, but I have the health. And the fire isn't going to last that long. At this point, my team is now way up on points in comparison to the enemy team. We are in the 900s, we have all 3 caps, and the enemy team is down to just 4 ships. And my team still has the destroyer advantage, having 2 destroyers to the enemy team's none, but more importantly, they still have me. And the Missouri is outside of radar range at the B cap point. So I am free to go ahead and push up and engage these ships. But look, there's the Missouri. Look how low health that guy is. He's dealing with a cruiser. He's dealing with a full strength Colorado. You may be a tier 9, but you're not going to deal with a full strength Colorado and live to tell the tale, especially as low health as he is. And looking at how many points we have, once he's dead, we are going to win on points because he will set us above what we need. And sure enough, he gets taken out. And it's victory for my team. Only 118,000 damage in this game. Devastating strike, my only award there. 2 kills, good number of torpedo hits. But boy, that King George V, he sure knew what he was doing right up until the very end. Oh well, you win some, you lose some. But he played excellently as far as dodging my first 2 sets of torpedoes. Anyway, that's it for today's video, folks. If you liked the video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment down below. If you'd like to get semi-regular channel news and updates and see what it is that's been distracting me for 2 weeks, you can do so by liking and following me on Facebook. If you'd like to help support me and the channel, you can do so by becoming my supporter on Patreon. Patreons will receive additional perks and benefits. If you've got a replay like this one that you'd like to see featured on my channel, you can send it to my email. And if you'd like to watch me play various games live, albeit intermittently, you can do so by following me on Twitch. You can find the links for all of those in the video description down below. And as always, I'll see you next time. This is Captain Rye, signing off.